I lied under oath, and I'd do it again. I did something 2 years ago that still keeps me awake some nights. It's the kind of thing people say they'd never do, until they're standing there, heart pounding, realizing they don't have a choice. I lied under oath, and yes, I know exactly how bad that sounds, but hear me out. It was my younger brother Alex on trial. He was 26 at the time, and he'd always been a bit of a hothead, impulsive, quick to anger, the kind of guy who never learned to walk away from a fight. The charge was aggravated assault. The prosecution claimed he'd beaten another man, nearly to death, outside a bar downtown. They said it was unprovoked. They said Alex had a violent streak. The guy he supposedly attacked, let's call him Ryan, had a fractured skull, 2 missing teeth, and a concussion. He spent 3 days in the hospital. On paper, it sounded like Alex had gone wild. But I was there. I saw the whole thing, and the truth wasn't as simple as the prosecution wanted it to be. That night, Alex and I had gone out to grab a drink. It was one of the rare weekends I had off work, and he'd been bugging me to hang out more. Ryan was drunk, sloppy drunk. He kept staring at me, then finally stumbled over and started making disgusting comments. I ignored him, but then he shoved me against the wall and whispered something I won't repeat. Before I could react, Alex was there. He shoved Ryan back, told him to back off. Ryan laughed in his face, called him weak, then lunged at him. Alex threw a single punch, just one. Ryan went down hard, his head hit the floor, and that was it. He wasn't moving. The bar erupted. People screamed. Someone called an ambulance. Alex froze, horrified. He didn't hit him again. He didn't pummel him like the prosecution later claimed. He just stood there, panicking, while I tried to shake Ryan awake. The injury wasn't from Alex's fist. It was from the fall. But try explaining that to a DA looking to make an example out of violent young men. Sitting in that courtroom was surreal. The prosecution painted Alex as a monster. Aggressive, jealous, dangerous. They showed the worst photos of Ryan in the hospital. The defense tried, but the security footage was grainy, shot from a terrible angle. All you could see was Alex throwing the punch. No audio, no shove, no context. When I was called to testify, my stomach dropped. The DA asked me straight,
Did you see your brother strike the victim?
and I swear the world went silent. I looked at Alex. He was shaking, pale, terrified. I saw my mom in the back row, clutching her rosary like her life depended on it. I saw the judge staring down at me, waiting. The truth? Yes, I saw it. But I also knew what telling that truth meant. So I lied. No, I said. The jury deliberated for 2 days. On the 3rd morning, they came back.
Not guilty.
Alex broke down, sobbing. My mother hugged me so tightly I could barely breathe. His lawyer shook my hand, whispered,
Good job.
And Ryan's family? They stared daggers at us. His sister muttered something under her breath as we left the courtroom. I'll never forget her eyes, full of rage and grief. Months later, I told myself I did the right thing. Alex wasn't a criminal. He wasn't some thug who deserved to rot in prison. He was my brother. But the guilt ate at me. I kept replaying Ryan's face on the floor, his blood pooling, the sound of his skull hitting tile. One night, I got drunk and confessed to my best friend what I'd done. She just stared at me and said,
You realize if anyone finds out, you could go to prison, right?
I laughed it off, but it stuck with me. A year later, Alex turned his life around. For real. He quit drinking, got a steady job, started therapy. He even proposed to his girlfriend, and I was the man of honor at their wedding. Sometimes I look at him with his wife, his stable life, his smile, and I think, this is what I saved. If I told the truth, he'd still be in a cell right now. But then I think about Ryan. I heard he never fully recovered. He struggles with migraines, can't work full-time anymore. His family went into debt paying hospital bills. They believe Alex got away with everything, and maybe they're right. But something happened last month that shook me. I ran into Ryan's sister at the grocery store. She recognized me instantly. Her voice was low, sharp.
How do you sleep at night?
I didn't answer. I couldn't, because the truth is, I don't. Every time I close my eyes, I see that courtroom. I hear myself lying. I see the jury nodding. I see Ryan's sister glaring. And yet, when I look at my brother, happy and free, I know I'd do it all over again. Final thought? I lied under oath. I perjured myself. I corrupted justice. But I also saved my brother's future. And maybe that makes me a terrible person. Or maybe it makes me human.